CDC recommends that if you've reached the age of 13 and you've never had the chickenpox or received the chickenpox vaccine, that you get 2 doses of the varicella vaccine. Sometimes when you get the varicella vaccine, which is an intramuscular vaccination, you may have some shoulder pain afterwards. This can be normal injection site soreness that goes away after a couple of days. But other times you'll have shoulder pain that lingers or gets worse and is made worse with movement of your shoulder. In that instance, you might have something called SIRVA, or shoulder injury related to vaccine administration. Now, the symptoms of SIRVA include shoulder pain, reduced range of motion, decreased strength, sometimes some redness or swelling, inflammation in your shoulder. If you're experiencing these symptoms for a few days, maybe a few weeks, it's probably a good idea to go see your doctor at that point. What the medical literature tells us about SIRVA is that the intramuscular injection injures the shoulder joint, or the components of the shoulder joint. So the rotator cuff, the tendons, the ligaments, the bursa within that shoulder joint become inflamed. And that's what's causing the symptoms. When you go see your doctor, there's various treatments that he or she may recommend, which include anti-inflammatory medications, maybe some physical therapy, a cortisone shot injection, and in worst case scenario, you may be indicated for surgery to repair the rotator cuff. Now, you're probably thinking, do I have any legal recourse when this happens? And thankfully you do, through the Vaccine Injury Compensation Program. And that's what we do. We file petitions for people who've experienced this injury, and varicella vaccines are included in the program. So the criteria that we look for when we are looking for cases like this is that you've experienced pain in your shoulder within 48 hours of the varicella vaccine, that you have some kind of diagnosis along the lines of a shoulder joint injury, so adhesive capsulitis, rotator cuff injury, tendinitis, bursitis, something along those lines. The program requires that you have symptoms of your injury for at least 6 months before you're eligible. So that's another requirement that we look for. And then some of the statutory requirements include that we file these petitions within 3 years of the date of onset of your injury. So if it's been more than 3 years since the vaccine, it may be that your case is time barred. And lastly, you had to have received the varicella vaccine in the United States. Now, if we can successfully show that the varicella vaccine was the cause of your shoulder injury, the compensation available to you in the program includes any out-of-pocket medical expenses, so anything not covered by your health insurance, any lost wages or earnings income that is a direct result of your injury, and then pain and suffering damages as well. If you believe that you've experienced an injury due to a varicella vaccine, I'd invite you to call us for a free consultation at 312-578-9501. If you'd like to learn more about the VICP, I'd invite you to watch this next video to learn more about how it works.